Hi guys, Omar here with the Samsung Galaxy Buds. Now this video is going to be a teardown of the actual bud itself. Now full disclaimer here, once I had tore this bud apart and I put it back together, it did not work. And one of the things that I think, the reason why I think it didn't work is because when I removed the circuitry from the battery, I think that some of the settings within the bud which enable it to pair to the other bud got wiped out, and there's no way that us as a consumer can actually go on the internet and re-download and reinstall those settings. Even when you lose one of these earbuds, Samsung support need you to send the other earbud in, after which they then obviously charge you for the replacement bud, and then they connect the new bud to the existing bud, and that's how they get that working. But we can't do that ourselves. So full disclaimer here that this video is just going to be about how to get into the earbuds in the least destructive manner. I believe iFixit did a video, a teardown of the buds, but they only showed the actual earbud dismantled. They didn't show how they got into it, so I'm going to show you how to do that. But most likely once you put it back together, if you remove the battery, you probably won't be able to get it working again. Before I forget, subscribe and also hit the bell icon to be notified of any new videos that I post. Okay, so to get this open, you're going to need one of these sort of knives. You can use a plastic sort of spudger tool that you can get pretty much anywhere these days, but I'm just using this just because it's a little bit more rigid and it can get to within the slit. So you just I've removed the actual rubber end bit there, and then you're going to need to remove this bit here. When you go around the earbud, you can see two indicators which will show you what way they go back together. But essentially all you do is you put something sharp inside the groove here, and then what I like to do is I like to put it in and then twist it, and then you can see that it just pops up. Now there's a rubber O-ring within this, so if you do open these up, then you should be careful because that rubber O-ring needs to stay where it is to ensure that it's sweat proof. So you can just see, you just pry it open slowly, and that's what it is. So you've got the contacts on the back here for your touch, and then you've got a little, there's a microphone hole there, you've got that on the bottom there. If I just hold that up, now there's some double-sided tape inside holding this down, so be careful not to touch it because obviously you'll have to replace it if you do, because it loses its stickiness. So if you just pry this open, you've got two contacts on either side there, and these two contacts there go into those little notches. So if I just pry this open here, now you've got a ribbon cable on the side there, if you can see that. I will take that off like so, and then you can remove the bulk of this here. It looks as though this little thing here is the water indicator, so I guess they can indicate this changes color or something if it's contacted with the water, and then that's how they know that it's been submerged or something. And then you've got, if I just put this down, you can go in further. You've got this little plastic plate shielding the contacts and this circuitry from the battery here. You've only got this little contact here, just gonna focus. You've got this contact here touching the battery. This little metal thing is shielded with a bit of tape, and then you've got some sticky double-sided tape just to sort of, I guess, hold this plastic thing down. so, and then the other side, if I pry that off, so you've got again another contact which contacts the battery itself, so that goes within there, and then you've got the battery. So to remove the battery at this point, you can see that there's a little clip here that's holding it down, and then you've got one on this side as well, so you just need to really be careful. And then I just pushed the battery from the other side, from this side here, and then just used this to pry the battery out. So there you go, that's the battery. If I just hold that up, so you've got .3.7 volt, it says 0.2 is it watt hours, made in Germany. Okay, so putting it back together, very simple. All you do is the reverse of what I've said. So essentially we will put, you have to be careful as to how you put it back together, and the indicators to how you put it back together are on the side here. So this tape here goes there, so it's something that just protects the battery. So if I put this back like so and just wiggle the battery, turn it like that, that one's fallen off on this side. That one's fallen off on this side, but I have it here, so I'll replace that. So yeah, I think I've just put the battery in wrong, so I'm going to replace, take it out again. I think this little tab here is meant to go on this side. I'm just going to remove this little tab, it's fine, and then this thing goes there, which means that the contact for the battery goes on the side. Okay, so and then I'm going to replace this little rubber sticky thing, put this here like so, and then this contact here you must ensure that it is going to contact with the battery, which is fine, and then this contact will still go as normal where it's meant to be. Then looking into the actual bud, this plastic thing, so there's the O-ring, there's the black O-ring all around the side. I think if I can just pry that a little bit, you got this little plastic cover between the ribbon cable. You've got like a little O-ring type of thing just inside the actual ear canal. You've got this O-ring type of thing there, and then we'll just put everything back together. So the way you put this back together is, you can see that this little, the ribbon cable's got a notch there, so just push down, and then you essentially replace the main bit. Now the main bit is the thing with the water tap thing, shall we say, goes down, and then you just have to orientate it where the ribbon cable can connect. So I'm just going to connect the ribbon cable like so. I find it easier to connect the ribbon cable first. So once you've got the main bit in here, you just have to pay close attention to those notches that we talked about at the start of the video, indicating how to put the case on. And essentially you just line up the notches and you push down, and then that's sufficient enough to seal it. You don't need any glue or anything like that, which is useful. And then I just, you just replace the ear fin. But going through the actual application, the wearables application, it doesn't actually pick up. Let me just get that in the shot. So if I start up the application, let me close it down first, start it up again. So now you've got the earbuds here, and you can't really, even if I go into Bluetooth and I go unpair, takes it off, which is fine. Then when I go into the wearables app, it's only picking my IconX's, and then all I do is you can go into connect again, connect to new gear even, and then you go into Galaxy Buds. It picks up the buds. Here we go. Oh, that's the IconX's, and there's the buds. So it picks up the buds. So we know that the Bluetooth settings and stuff pick up, and it connects to the left bud. But the issue is with the right bud, and obviously that's the one that I've opened. So if you're planning to open up the buds, for whatever reason, you've got a low volume problem, a connectivity issue, this probably won't fix it, if I'm completely honest with you. And there's no way that I can go in there and reset anything via the app. And I tried to go through and download updates, and it basically asks for me to connect both the earbuds, and obviously I can't. I can only do what I've done there. So that was just a quick look at how to tear down and open up the buds themselves, but most likely you probably won't fix anything. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.